The captain, in order to clear Mike's name, summoned a new recruit from the living world and sent him to hell in a dream. But the recruit couldn't handle the mental strain and died during the interrogation process. The trial couldn't continue, so they'd have to wait for the next violent hell trial if they failed the trial. Not only would Mike's soul be lost forever, but the captain would lose his chance at reincarnation. On the way to the next trial, Mike questioned Captain Bob, asking why he went so far. It turns out Bob was the son of a great general from the kingdom of Goryeo. After a battle, his father found an orphan from the enemy camp and adopted him as his son. Bob never liked his brother, but his father showered the adopted son with love. This filled Bob with jealousy. However, under his father's guidance, his brother quickly grew and soon surpassed Bob in every way, and so the seeds of hatred began to grow. In the final battle between the tribe and the Khitan, Bob's father gave his brother the task of leading the final charge. Outside the camp, Bob overheard everything, but he didn't say a word. Hatred and resentment filled his heart. The battle was brutal, and his father was killed. Bob inherited his father's title as general, and in his guilt for not protecting his father, he exiled his brother and eventually had him killed. This memory tortured Bob for 1,000 years. He wanted nothing more than to forget the past and start over. By helping 49 souls reincarnate, he could earn his own reincarnation. Mike was the 49th. That's why Bob worked so hard. They fought their way through countless trials, and the vengeful spirits soon arrived at the final judgment. But then trouble struck. When the household god and messenger returned home, the house was in ruins. It turned out the demolition team had been through. The place was a mess. Suddenly, the household god collapsed, looking pale and weak. The jar that held the household god had been broken by the demolition team, causing his divine power to leak out. He was on the verge of disappearing. After spending so much time together, the messengers had long forgotten their original roles. The kind female messenger even tried to glue the jar back together, but it was all in vain. Eventually, the household god vanished. Suddenly, the messenger seemed to understand something. She flipped over the symbol the household god had given them, and to her shock, the name written on it was Bob. It turned out that 1,000 years ago, Bob had killed 2 messengers. The male messenger was Bob's adopted brother. After Bob became general, he exiled the male messenger. The male messenger misappropriated military supplies to help the female messenger and her children. Bob found them and killed the male messenger. When his brother fell, the female messenger, who had stayed behind, stabbed Bob in the back. With his last strength, Bob killed the female messenger, and then he died where he stood, after 1,000 years. Bob never apologized to the messengers, nor did he explain the truth to them. In that moment, feelings of resentment, betrayal, and regret rushed to the surface. The messengers decided to return to hell and confront Bob to get the truth once and for all.